this video I'm going to show you a stage 1 exercise for spinal mobility, and we're going to be looking at lateral bend. This exercise is commonly called a carrot stretch, but actually it is a muscle activation exercise because we're going to switch on some of the core muscles and we're going to ask for some movement of the head and neck that's going to affect the rest of the body. But at this early stage of rehab we do have to be careful that there might be some pain or discomfort through the back, and there also might be some inflammation and some healing to be done where the surgical sites are. So we're not going to take the horse through a full range of motion. What we're going to do is we're going to offer up the food to the nose, get the horse interested and ask them to follow the food around. But I'm not going to take their head and neck beyond the point of their elbow, or roughly where the girth goes from the saddle. The other thing that I'm going to do differently from a carrot stretch is I'm going to keep their nose quite a long way away from their body, so that then we're not creating too much of a stretch. If they're willing, and you can get them to, if they can stay in that position for up to 10 seconds, then that's really good. And then we just take them back to the starting position. So I'll show you his full range of motion so you can understand why this is a smaller movement. So he can come all the way back here, but you can see how much more involved the back is, and we're not going to do that at this early stage. So just going back to the position that I want you to do, for stage 1, open to the side and level with the girth. So we do that to either side. We're also going to encourage the back to lift up by lowering the head and neck. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring him down just to in front of his fetlocks. I'm going to try and keep his head and neck as straight as possible, which might mean that I need to do it from either side. But just by coming to this position, I'll get a little bit of back lift, but not too much lift. I'm doing it here with pony nuts, which means that he's actually hoovering them up from my hand, but just for safety you could do it with longer carrots, or another really good method of doing it is to buy a pot of horse licks, something like that, that they then have to lick from, and they'll stay in that position without putting your hands at risk. But just to remind you, we're nice and wide and we're not going for a huge range of motion at this early stage.